Facing the senior warrior team in front of her, the girl rushes forward quickly. Without a word, she lifts her leg and delivers a flying kick directly to the opposite team captain. Just because the 3 finless demons that she and her teammates had just captured alive with great effort were shot dead by this senior team with 1 shot. Originally, this is the team named Black Gun of the captain who joined the Jinyao Hall in the last assessment. They think that is a new team joining this assessment without the consent of the old team members. Taking all the Class A tasks in the town is an unruly performance and doesn't take these seniors into consideration. The captain of the Black Gun team asks who the team captain is, and why doesn't he bring the team members up to say hello. As the captain, Situ Liu looks at the demons that were killed in front of her. The hard work of everyone for half a day is just ruined like this. Anger rises in her heart. Are you worthy of being called a senior? Saying that, she swings her fist and is about to rush towards the opposite side again. Unexpectedly, she is tightly held by Snow and Todoro. Snow advises Liu not to be impulsive. After all, they are seniors. Let's talk to them first. Todoro is also very angry in her heart. While holding Liu, she shouts loudly at the opposite side. Are you people reasonable or not? You can't just shoot the demons we worked hard to capture like this. Hearing that the newcomer in front of him wants to reason with him, the captain of the Black Gun team sneers contemptuously. Reason, the competition here is like this. How naive are you? Naive. Hearing being ridiculed like this, Liu is even more angry. She thinks that this group of bastards actually ruined the task that they spent so much energy to complete, and made her, the captain, lose face. She must fight with them. At this time, Snow sees that he is about to be unable to hold Liu back. Looking back, he asks On for help, hoping that On will negotiate with them. After all, the sun is about to set. Before Snow finishes speaking, On has already rushed out, only to see him rush in front of the captain of the Black Gun team and build up his whole body to jump. With a curse in his mouth, he kicks hard on the face of the captain of the Black Gun team. The captain of the Black Gun team is not on guard and is kicked several meters away by On. On says angrily, suppressing newcomers, I've never heard such a bastard word. I think what kind of shitty rule this is. I haven't seen such an excessive one in my last life. At this time, Snow and Todoro are shocked by Aang's action and stay where they are. But Liu secretly gives On a thumbs up in her heart. The captain of the Black Gun who falls on the ground has his mask kicked off and keeps cursing. Damn it, how dare you treat a senior like this? He suddenly raises his head and issues an order. All of the Black Gun, prepare for battle. Upon hearing the order, the 3 team members immediately respond and enter the combat-ready state. Liu pulls out a dagger and replies, I'll accompany you to the end. The 2 teams are full of menace and at loggerheads, and at the same time rush towards the opposite side. At this moment, a voice rings out, foolishness, only to see a swift figure flash by. In the next second, Captain Hall appears in the middle of the 2 teams, grabbing the hands and feet of the 2 teams that are rushing at the front respectively with 1 hand each. Along the direction of the efforts of the 2 people, he accumulates strength and throws them away. The 2 people who were just about to scuffle are forcibly separated and fly backwards respectively. The 2 people slide a few meters after landing before they stabilize their bodies. Looking at the current situation, On thinks that it seems that they can't fight anymore. Originally, he also wanted to see what level the current young generation of warriors is. Captain Hall emits a red glow and stands sternly in front of the 2 teams and scolds. A group of brats who don't know what's good for them. They are still fooling around when the sun is about to set. Do you want to be the food of the demon group? The captain of the Black Gun plays the victim first, and tells Hall that they made the first move and even knocked off his mask. Liu says contemptuously, are you a child? You still tattle. Todoro also steps forward and says that she has a photo as evidence that the Black Gun killed the 3 demons they captured alive first and also tattled first. Snow is surprised. When did this girl take the photo? Hearing that the Situ Liu team captured the demons alive, Hall is surprised. This is a Class A task. Did your team take it? Liu reports in detail that the task was originally completed, but it was sabotaged by the Black Gun team. Hearing Liu's explanation, the Jinyao Hall understands what has happened. He steps forward and says, you may think they are too excessive, but what you are experiencing now, they also experienced when they were a new team. Except for not allowing intentional harm and endangering life. Other competitive behaviors are allowed, and this is also the rule of each town. As warriors, there will be more difficult situations to encounter in the future, rather than just this kind of low-level tempering. Hall continues to say that the reason why he stopped them is not because sparring is not allowed. but because the sunset time has come and they must return to the town immediately. Looking at the old members of the Black Gun, Hall says dissatisfiedly. Actually being snatched the Class A task by the new team and also getting beaten. Just listening to it is disgraceful. Go back and reflect. Yes, the captain of the Black Gun replies. After responding to Hall, the captain of the Black Gun walks straight towards An. He looks directly at An and says, "Hey, dare to tell your name?" An answers expressionlessly. Hearing this name, the captain of the Black Gun is instantly petrified. In the next second, he laughs heartily. Did you all hear that? He actually has the same name as the greatest warrior. An is helpless. You insisted on asking. The captain of the Black Gun turns around and says as he walks that he won't let them get points easily. He will let their team have the lowest points this month. Suddenly, the captain of the Black Gun stops, points to his kicked face at An and says, "And this one will be paid back doubly in the future." After saying that, the captain of the Black Gun puts on his mask and summons the team members to leave. As soon as the words fall, the Black Gun team disappears from the field of vision. Hall says to the remaining new warriors that the level of the Black Gun team may not be the strongest, but they are famous for their swift and resolute execution ability. They will definitely try every means to interfere with or destroy your tasks. Moreover, but the captain of the Black Gun is good at his firearms. In the sparring just now, he didn't use firearms. If he shows his full strength, you may not have a chance of winning. After saying these, Hall turns around and leaves, telling them to all go back to the town first. Seeing that the sun is about to set, Liu thinks, "Forget it, don't think about it, and go back first." Seeing An standing still, Liu walks up and says, "What are you doing just standing here stupidly, showing off?" However, that kick is quite cool. Liu continues to walk forward, leaving a compliment behind his back to An. An is a little surprised that this girl would actually praise others. Snow invites An to his house for dinner. An presses his arm and declines politely, saying that he has a plan tonight. Having the task disrupted, An secretly decides in his heart that he will capture 3 demons alone tonight. At night, An sneaks up to the front of the city wall. The vigilance at the gate seems not as strict as imagined. Only the sign is standing here. Maybe they didn't expect someone to go out of the city at night. There is also a crack left, which is a bit strange. There are still great differences from the previous life. In the previous life, they wouldn't care whether it was at night or not, and sometimes they would specially organize night capture operations. After all, at night there is no need to worry about not finding demons. An thinks that by using the violent way of the previous life, it should be no big problem to capture 3 finless demons. That masked man seems to be determined to obstruct our team, so just complete the task when he completely doesn't expect it. While An is thinking about the plan, a female voice suddenly rings out from behind. Sure enough, An is startled by this sudden voice. Looking up, Liu is standing right in front of him. At this moment, Liu is excited in her heart. Coming out at night is so exciting. After becoming a warrior, she is much freer. With just any excuse, she left the dojo. When I heard An say the plan during the day, I knew this guy would take action at night. Seeing that it is Liu, An slightly relaxes. Liu asks what he is doing here and whether he is going to leave the city. An pretends not to understand and lies that he is out for a walk because he is too full. But at this moment, Aang's stomach rumbles disobediently. This An, who had the strongest combat power in the previous life, is a bit clumsy in life. Knowing that it can't be concealed, Aang simply confesses, and says that he originally wanted to give you a surprise tomorrow morning. Just wanted to finish the task that was damaged in the afternoon while it is night. And now the task time hasn't passed yet. But there is no way since you have found out. Don't rat me out. I will go back now. Saying that, An turns around and is about to walk back. Unexpectedly, Liu actually stops him and says that she has joined. Thinking of the appearance of the masked man and them being frustrated tomorrow, Liu is very excited in her heart and looks up and asks An what the plan is. On the city wall at this time, 2 warriors on duty are dozing off. One of them says, "Every time standing guard is torture. I'm so sleepy. Who would go out at night now? Isn't that just asking for death? Just close the gate directly." Another warrior makes a gesture of silence and advises him not to let the 3 captains hear such words, and explains that leaving a crack is to deal with emergency situations. Originally, a few years ago, several fugitives came to the town of heroes for help. As a result, because the door was opened a few seconds slower, those people were all brutally killed by the demons. After that time, almost every town would leave an emergency gap in the gate. In this world, the living are more important than anything. Hearing this, the complaining warrior feels a bit self-blaming, and the other warrior comforts him that he will get used to it gradually. Saying that, he takes out a photo album and hands it in front of that warrior. He says to him, "This is the photo album of female warriors from other towns that I got at a high price through someone. I'll share it with you tonight." Saying that, the two start to appreciate it, completely forgetting the fatigue of standing guard. Taking advantage of the laxity of the guards, Ong and Lu quickly slip out through the crack. Outside the city gate is the previous assessment site. The thick fog at night is the same as before, more intense than during the day. Ong signals Lu to follow him and run to the other side. He takes Lu to another site with a corrupt forest. Lu looks at the site in front of her very satisfied. It is a little farther from the city wall, which can avoid being discovered. The corrupt forest can also hide them well. Ong instructs Lu to wait for him to attract the monsters as planned, attack their heads, and use violence to force them into a coma state. After saying that, Ong walks towards the fog without looking back. Looking at Ong disappearing in the fog, Lu is a bit nervous, as he just entered the thick fog at night alone. And at this moment, she is also alone in the night jungle outside the city. It seems that she will be swallowed up by the fog and darkness at any time. At this moment, fear and excitement are simultaneously filling Lu's mind. Taking 2 deep breaths, Lu calms herself down. She must focus and be ready to back up that guy at any time. It doesn't take long for Ong to lead the demons back as planned. The proficiency with which Ong lures the demons surprises Lu, because he will always leave a finless demon alone each time, which undoubtedly greatly reduces the difficulty of live capture. For Lu, this completely unheard of violent capture method makes her extremely novel and excited. She gradually adapts and grows rapidly. Lu, at this time, Ong turns his head and signals that Lu can act. Lu responds with a shout and acts decisively. Both jump off the ground simultaneously, kicking hard towards the head of the demon. Under Aang's prompt, the 2 flexible bodies seem to be playing with the finless demons, and at the same time launch an attack on the head of the demon again and again. Through the attack on the head, the sense of dizziness of the demons is continuously accumulated. This pure violent live capture method from half a century ago is being staged again tonight. Although the process is relatively smooth, this way of capturing only with pure power really tests physical strength too much. Ong wipes the sweat and thinks that this small body still needs to exercise. In the previous life, hunting finless demons alone was just like playing. At this time, Lu is also exhausted. This is much more tiring than the usual power training in the dojo. After dealing with the 3rd demon, Ong indicates that Lu can just put the finless demon here. Lu is a bit puzzled. "Just put it here." Ong explains that finless demons don't have much wisdom. They don't know how to save their kind either, and they won't get too close to the city wall either. It's not a big problem to put these 3 here. With this kind of capturing method that focuses on the head, they won't wake up for a while. We will come out early tomorrow morning and directly submit the task. Listening to Aang's skillful explanation, Lu asks him puzzled how he knows all this. Aang realizes that he has said too much and starts to think about how to prevaricate. "Found it, that human." At this moment, a strange voice actually rings out. The 2 look up and see that there are actually 2 demons on the tree behind them. They are actually one-fin demons, and there are 2 of them. The one-fin demon looks at Aang and says, "Sure enough, there's the same smell." Aang looks at the current situation and secretly thinks it's not good. The current state is completely not an opponent. How come there are one-fin demons, and there are 2? At this moment, the searchlight on the city wall lights up. The 3 captains quickly appear on the city wall. Captain Joel issues an instruction to the 2 soldiers on guard. There's a reaction from one-fin demons. "Sweep with the searchlight." Captain Jier says puzzled, "What's going on? Why do one-fin demons appear again? Is it the one that appeared during the last assessment?" Captain Hall says no, that one should have died in the underground cave he discovered. "Captains, the target is found." The soldier on duty reports that 2 one-fin demons are found. Captain Joel is shocked. There are actually 2 at the same time. Is there something that attracts them over? He says to the soldier, "Don't panic, close the city gate, they can't hurt us, prepare the defense guns." The soldier operates the defense cannon and turns it to aim in the direction of the one-fin demons. "Wait, the city gate cannot be closed." Hall suddenly shouts and says, "There seem to be people below." Hearing Hall say this, Joel immediately orders the soldier to sweep with the searchlight. when the searchlight illuminates the position below the demons. Hall grits his teeth in anger. How could those two bastards be there? The figures of Ong and Liu were clearly visible under the searchlight, being stared at intently by the two one-fin demons.